Hey guys, it's your girl Rebel by Nature, and I am here with a new episode. And what we're going to talk about today, folks, is gender roles. What the fuck is that, and what is it for? Is it necessary? Do we need them? Or is this some old, archaic, patriarchal type of bullshit that we need to get rid of? Stay tuned while I pay these bills real quick, and we'll jump right into it. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. All right, guys, and we're back. So basically, I am in this Facebook group, right? And they talk about, women, men, specifically in this particular group. It's about black men and black women issues, what the woman or male should be doing so far as relationships, so far as community, and things of that nature. And it really stirred something up inside of me that forced me to make this podcast today, okay? So basically, traditionally, we know that women are usually like the caretakers. They take care of the home. They take care of the children. They are the chefs of the house. They are the maids of the house. They are the primary parent. They are the primary teacher of the children. And that's a lot in itself. We do know also that the male counterpart is the provider. They go out, they work. They're the protector. And they're the father figure. They bring discipline and things of that nature. But I just feel like that's a bunch of bullshit. I think that is some outdated bullshit that needs to be addressed, and it needs to be fixed. First of all, gender roles should not be called gender roles. That's number one. When it comes to a relationship, I personally believe that whatever works for that relationship is what they should go towards. So for instance, if there are two people in a home, husband, wife, maybe they have kids, maybe they don't, but these two people decide that the female is the breadwinner. Maybe she's a nurse, and maybe the male does something else. Maybe they're in sanitation. Maybe they are in dietary, something of that nature to where the female brings in the most money. So they decide that the female will pay the brunt of the bills. For instance, the mortgage, which is probably their biggest bill, maybe the car payment, and then the male can pay electric, can pay water bill, and things of that nature, where that male can handle, that his pay scale can handle. And that's perfectly fine, because that is what works for that couple, those two individuals, and how they run their household. So there's nothing wrong with the female coming in from work and the male has already prepared dinner. I mean, he was home first, right? So what is he going to do? Just sit there because it's a woman's job to prepare a meal? So he's just going to sit on his ass on the couch and wait for his wife to come in from a long 12-hour shift at work and to prepare dinner because that's her role? I feel like that's a catch-22. And I feel like that's some real patriarchal bullshit, okay? And I am not a fan of patriarchy. I think patriarchy needs to be burned to the ground, and that's just how I feel. What it truly should be is male and female, feminine and masculine, the man and the woman. They possess certain energies. Those energies come together to make a whole, okay? So whatever strength that particular female has that is unique to her, and whatever strength that particular male has that is unique to him, when they come together, they make a whole. I don't understand what is so hard about anybody adjusting to what works for your individual family. My family is not going to be like your family. Tom's family is not going to be like Betty's family, and Shaniqua's family is not going to be like Taisha's family. Okay, so let's just make that clear. Everybody is different. Everybody has different dynamics. Everybody has different strengths and weaknesses, and that's how you build. So these gender roles just need to go out the fucking door. That's how I feel. They need to get the fuck out the door and never return. Okay, and let's touch on a little bit about, because people got it all messed up. First of all, let's talk about feminine energy and masculine energy. Let's have an educated discussion, people, about exactly what it is, who has what, and how you're supposed to use it. Okay? Now, feminine energy is in female predominantly and the male. Okay? There's a yin and a yang here. Okay? Masculine energy is predominantly in the male, but also in the female. Okay? Now, let's take a woman. Let's take myself. Okay? My feminine energy is a little bit less than my masculine energy. And this is according to my astrological chart. I'm not going to get into that because half these people that's probably listening to this podcast don't even believe in astrology, especially if I share this to my Facebook page, because all of them are like in the church and they feel like anything outside the church is of the devil, and that is not true. And I really wish they will wake up, but they're probably not in this lifetime, so that's okay. But anyway, I just went on a full rant. That's going to be another podcast episode. Stay tuned for that. But anyways, I got really sidetracked. So let me get back on track. Let me pull it together. Let me bring it on in. Let me take a breath. And woosah. And I'm back. Now, my masculine energy is a little bit more dominant within my makeup than my feminine energy is. And so my counterpart, he's like all masculine. Like, I don't even know if he has feminine energy. And I'm just saying that as a joke. He does. But I'm just saying, he's like super alpha male, get on your nerves type. You know what I'm saying? I am the man and I'm here to save you. And here I am. Well, like, I don't need saving. I just need a partner. What it do? What we gonna do? You know? And so with that, we have grown to understand what our weaknesses and what our strengths are, so that we are more in harmony when it comes to us working together as a team. So because he is like super alpha male-ish, okay, I'm trying to tell you people, ladies, if you've ever dealt with the alpha male, you know what I'm talking about, okay? However, this one is a little bit special, okay? I'll give him that. He's a little bit special because he is in touch with his feelings. And also, when I looked at his astrological chart, like his feminine energy versus his male energy is actually very balanced, and I have never seen that ever. So like, he just needs to be able to switch over a little bit in certain instances, so he's more receptive to me taking over certain things. For instance, I am the bomb when it comes to budgeting and paying bills. Get out of my way when it comes to budgeting and paying bills. That's a weakness of his. He get a little piece of change and it's off to the races. It's off to the mall. It's off to the car lot. It's off to wherever he can to spend it because it's burning a hole in his pocket. You feel me? And that's okay. A little splurge here and there is needed. That's when we look at him and be like, what we gonna do with this? But when it's not needed, that's when you look over here at me and be like, how can we make this stretch? Okay? And that's how we learn. Before, we were butting heads because he felt like he was a man. He needs to pay the bills and he needs to do this. And it just wasn't working. And I'm trying to tell you, dude, this ain't working because you don't even know how to save. First of all, you don't know how to save. Okay? I'm a saver. I have money when people don't think I have money, okay? I have money when people look at me and be like, damn, she might be broke. No, boo. I have a little piece of change somewhere tucked away what don't none of y'all need to know about. So how about that? But anyway, again, I digress. But yeah, so that's how we kind of work it. And you really need to, when you get into a relationship with somebody, or if you have a family, you have a family and you're trying to make that thing work, sit down, literally list it out what you think your strengths are, what you think your weaknesses are, and then have your partner do the same thing. And then also do a separate list. Do a list of what you think your partner's strengths are and what you think your partner's weaknesses are. That's going to be interesting to see if you guys agree, okay? And have a discussion. Have a discussion about what you see on paper, okay? And then graft and plan and orchestrate your family into a way that works best for you. If the male or the other party, doesn't have to be male, okay? We live in new times, okay? So don't get all your panties in a bunch, because I said if the male counterpart, calm down. I do know that there could be 2 males and there could be 2 females, okay? There could be transgender. Calm down, all right? But let's just say one party decides that my strengths are, listen, I make a lot of money. That's what I do. I can do it in my sleep. And the other counterpart is like, well, that's great because I don't make that much money. I would like to go to school to improve how much money I bring in. And so you decide, okay, so the one counterpart that feels like, I can make money in my sleep, let them do that. Let them do that. That's another thing. Let somebody's strengths flourish. Let them do what they're strong in, because that will not only bring you guys closer together, it will also make that ship run smoothly. Let people do what they're great in, man. Stop suppressing it. That's why a lot of these, where you have the traditional gender roles, the family doesn't flourish, because it may be the wife that's the go-getter, and it may be the male that's more of the nurturer. Okay, that can happen, people. Get your heads out of your asses and realize that we're all made up differently. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and we need to go with that. That's why when you have children coming up, you watch them, you learn them, and then you see their strengths and you encourage and cultivate those strengths. Okay, that's what makes them better adults in this world. That's what makes them confident in knowing what they can and cannot do. Anyway, I digress again. That will be another podcast episode. But yeah, let that person do what they're great in, man. Don't suppress them. Don't hold them back. That's what they're here to do. That's their strength. That's what they are here to do. I feel like this was more of a rant than an educational episode. And if that's what it is, so be it. If you have any questions or comments about this topic, please feel free to email me at rebelbynature79@gmail.com. That is rebelbynature79@gmail.com. Why the 79? Because that was an excellent year, people. That's when a star was born. The star is me. Okay? So anyway, so just send those questions, comments. If you have any ideas for a podcast episode that you'll like to hear from me, please email me and let's get it popping. So I will be back with another episode soon. I hope you guys are safe and healthy, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great one.